Hey, what's going on, 200K fam? Coming at you from North Carolina. I'm inviting you guys to join me for a quick hail inspection here. And we're going to be talking about how to get hail covered on a roof. That's a big issue right now for a lot of you guys, is trying to get these hail claims covered. And we are heading into hail season, so just going to do a quick video on this and walk you through an inspection I just started. So I'm going to pick up where I'm at right now, but turn this around. I promise you guys, the better your elevation game is, the more you're going to get covered for hail. Okay, so that's a good hit up here. That's a little bit higher. Look at here, that's higher than what you could argue for a lawnmower or something else to hit it. So that's a good little mark there. Now we need to see more evidence than just that, but we're going to do our walkthrough here. We're just looking at our screens, our windows. Come up close here. It's hard to do this and inspect at the same time. So these screens look pretty good. Don't see a whole lot of spatter on these shades here. We're also looking for any kind of dents. Anything with the siding. But your soft game, let's look at this here real quick. So not a whole lot of marks on the siding here. Not a whole lot of marks here. Screens look pretty good. I am looking for dings and dents in our soft metals. Let's keep going here. Just got my ladder set up. Don't really see a whole lot there. If you do see something, feel free to tell me in the comments later. Okay, this here obviously isn't hail. You can tell how bad that is. Something hit that, but this right here might be. Don't know if you can see that right there. That might be a good inkling. Obviously this stuff here, something happened there. Someone hit that, but that's different. So we'll consider that. That's the other thing. In order to get hail covered, you gotta be realistic in what you're claiming is hail. Right? Just because it's damage doesn't mean it's hail. You know, look at these windows. There's nothing. Okay. So if you got any spatter on these guys here, not a whole lot. I mean, some of this stuff might be considered a little spatter, but that's not very big, even if it was. So that's not damaging hail, even if it is. So we don't really can't use that much. Now I need to go back and take photos of all these elevations here. But just walking you through a quick. Yeah, somebody just tore up these gutters. Ooh, something in your eyes. Let's see if we got anything over here. Not really, not much. Alright, let's walk up here and just see what we get. Just kind of look at these gutters real quick. See if we see anything. These kind of get a little tough. Not a ton. You see a couple little dents here, but again, that's pretty small. Let's go look at this other one over here. Basically, we're just looking for evidence of hail. So we do have some evidence of hail, but it's not very big. So I wouldn't expect a whole lot of damage. All right, here we go. Look at this. Look at there. That's a good hit. That might be a scratch. I don't think that's a hit. But there we go. That's a good hit. Let's get this wood here. See if we got a whole lot of spatter on here. Not a ton. Not a ton. Let's keep going. Alright, again, these gutters are kind of hard to tell. Now, I don't know who put these gutters in, but this doesn't really help our cause. The fact that these gutters are terrible. Can't really call any of that hail just because of the gutters. But let's see if we got any kind of decent spatter on this. Not really. Not that I'm seeing. The door. Let's see what we get. See that? Yeah, that might not be spatter. But if we had more evidence, I would consider that to be spatter. Yeah, it might just be dirt. Now that I'm looking at it. These windows here. So, again, these gutters are terrible. I wanted to call that one. That I might be able to call that one, but the problem is there is one up there. There is one up there. I can't see it. So I'm just going to mark this one right there. But I'm only marking this one because I know there's one up there that I can't get to. So that's the one I'm going to take a photo of. Right there. Okay? Again, let's kind of march around here. It's kind of old. We'll see if we see any recent hail marks. So in theory, hail should be scraping this stuff off. Okay. Sorry about that. We had a brief interruption. Oh, so I wanted to show you guys one of these things over here. Alright. You can always look at these for damage. Now this looks like it's something other than hail. That actually might be something here. But let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be more of the windows I think I already looked at, but that's also a good look. Try to determine what damage is and what damage isn't. But what we can say so far is that the damage here is pretty spread out. Now that makes sense because you see we got all these trees around us. So that's obviously going to block hail from hitting, but we do have some evidence. Anything on there? Here. Okay. And we are back around to the front. So That's the inspection of the elevations. And we're going to jump on the roof here in just a second and take a look at the roof. Okay, we're getting ready to jump on the roof here, but I just wanted to show you this. So that could be considered possible hail here. Now if you look at this slope here, you see how wet this is still? We're not going to jump up there. Matter of fact, I may need to get my Ridge Pro maybe. But this is also not hail. Okay? Now this might be, some of this stuff might be considered spatter, which is evidence of hail. But what you really want, that's more like it. Now, there's a lot of lost grain layers around here, so we do want to get better photos of that, but that is a good indication that we might find something up here. So actually, give me a second, I'm going to put my Ridge Pro up, and then we'll do this roof inspection. Alright, we are on the roof. So you got my equipment set up here. Now, see that? That's all blistering right here. That could pass as hail possibly, but I want to find some more. Here we go. Ugh. Okay. This guy has a good little divot in there, so we'll mark that guy up. Maybe on my chalk here. No, what did I do with it? Sorry, I'm trying to video and there we go. Sorry there. Here we go. So that's a good divot in there. So we can call that. Let's see. Before I set my square, I try to find 2 or 3. This looks like a lot of blistering. Before I call this iffy one, I want to get another good. Nope. Nope. Not looking too good here. Sorry, I'm sniffling. Let's walk over here one more time. What is this? Nope. You see, I actually look. I don't just glance. I do look for hail. There's not a whole lot of soft metals in this roof either, so that doesn't help us. We need to find a whole lot of hail in the rear elevations, or I'm sorry, the lower elevations. We'll just march over here and just see if we get a better anything else. Which, sorry, I keep moving my camera too fast and it shuts down, but this we might be able to, yeah. That guy there, that looks like, that feels like a little divot there. Call that one, but I don't think we have enough for a square. I'll call that one. We got 2 right here. So I'm gonna find a few more to make a square out of. Otherwise, we won't be in. No. Alright, so this here, there's going to be more foot traffic than actual hail. It's all blistering. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Yeah, let's see. This guy here. No, that's just granular loss. Just granular loss. Well, that might be it, fellas. Not a very good showing. We had 2 over there, 1 over here. Yeah, I think that's all we're gonna find. So, all right, I might check one more slope and let you guys know. But it's not looking too good right now. We'll check back in a minute. Okay, I just wanted to show you guys this. So, I don't know if you can see that there, but you see those couple marks on this satellite. That's spatter. That's not damage, but it is evidence of hail. You can tell just by that size, we don't have very big hail in this area, which is kind of evident by what we've been finding on this roof here. So, okay, I want to show you guys our 10 by 10 square. So you have it outlined with the chalk. You can see how my marks inside the square. So F is for front, so we have 3 hits on the front, and that is pretty consistent with the rest of the roof. So rear had about 2 or 3. This right elevation had 2 or 3, so that's pretty consistent. But I just want to show you guys what a test square looked like. Just like that. Alright, y'all, I just want to do a follow-up on that inspection there. I appreciate you guys watching. So as you saw, I started at the bottom. I'm going to tell you one thing that a mentor of mine kind of told me when I first got started is most roofs are bought on the ground, not on the roof. And when it comes to hail specifically, right? And what he was saying is, you know, if you want to get roofs bought, you have to do the work on the ground first. And so what you saw me doing is exactly that. I went through looking for evidence of hail on all the elevations. I went and checked the soft metals on like the grills, and I checked the AC units, and I was looking for evidence of hail, okay? Now, as you guys saw in that video, you know, there was some sporadic, you know, dings here and there that we might be able to call hail, but it wasn't really intense. We didn't find a whole lot of stuff on the siding. We didn't find a lot of stuff on the windows. Most of the, actually, if I remember right, all of the screens look pretty good. So, you know, we didn't find a lot of severity of hail on the elevations. Now, what that tells us, and granted, there were trees around the house, so we looked at that, and I said, you know what, there are trees around the house, so there may be more hail damage on the roof than what we find in the elevations. But what that tells us is kind of gives us an idea of what to expect when we jump on the roof. Now, I told you at the beginning of the video, this is how you buy roofs, and it's true. So am I buying this one? No, there's not enough damage on this roof. They would have to come back and prove some kind of pliability test or some kind of, you know, non-repairability factor, or, you know, shingles no longer being produced, or whatever they got to do in order to get this repaired. But, you know, overall, we're not buying this roof. You say, well, at the beginning of the video, you're telling us how to buy roofs. This is how you buy roofs. What you do is every single inspection, you do the same thing. You look for damage first on the ground, and then you go up to the roof and see what you can find. The reason you do it this way is this builds my credibility. When I send this in and, you know,
whoever reviews this file and they look at my photos, they look at, you know, my documentation, and they see that I'm not just trying to buy roofs for the sake of buying roofs, that I'm actually looking for damage. And you saw from the video, I looked for damage. I didn't do a glance over. I didn't just find out what was the easiest thing to mark up and move on with my roof. I looked for damage. I looked for damage on the elevations. I did my job. And what that does, that gives me credibility. So let's say, you know, something happens and, you know, for whatever reason, a manager has to get into that file. Maybe the insured isn't going to be happy that I'm not, well, I already told the insured that I never said I wasn't. I said I'm probably not going to be able to do much more than repair on this roof just from the cause of damage. So I told him that up front. But, you know, let's say something happened and a manager had to get in there, and he looks at, you know, he looks at my photos and he's like, hey, you know what? This guy isn't just trying to buy stuff because he wants to buy stuff. He's literally looking for damage. So the next time that I send him a full roof replacement estimate, I have credibility. You see what I'm saying there? He takes me seriously because he knows that I don't just try to, hey, this looks like it might be, so I'm going to throw it in there. Hey, this looks like it might be hail, so I'm just going to throw it in there. He sees that I looked for damage. He sees how I'm interpreting damage. He sees that I'm just not, you know, the first thing is he sees that I'm looking, right? I have pictures of everything. He sees that I'm looking and I really do care about trying to find damage, but he sees that I'm not, you know, interpreting every little, you know, ding as hail, because it wasn't. Okay. So, you know, that even on the roofs where you don't buy it, that builds credibility. First of all, it gives you confidence so that when it does come time to buy a roof, you have the confidence to say, hey, this needs to be bought. I've done my work. I've looked at enough of these roofs. This roof needs to be bought. I've bought more roofs than, you know, most people with my experience, because I know what I'm doing as far as looking for damage, how to tell the story, you know, just doing my job. I know how to do my job, right? And so I have a lot of credibility when, even if I'm trying to pass things off that might be iffy one way or the other, because they know that I'm literally looking and I'm not just trying to pass everything off, they give me the benefit of the doubt on those that might be iffy. And I always look at iffy things and give it to the insured, right? But because I do my job, starting with the floor, working up to the roof, they give me the benefit of the doubt, and I get more roofs bought without any argument than just about anybody I know. That's not a brag. I know a lot of great adjusters get roofs bought too, so that's not saying that I'm the only one that gets roofs bought. But what I'm saying is, if you're struggling with getting roofs bought, it's probably because you don't know what kind of damage you're looking for, or you're trying to buy the roof off the roof and not off the ground. And you need to buy the roof on the elevations. You don't buy the roof on the roof, especially when it comes to hail. So, by the way, I was on that inspection with just a kid just getting in. He's been doing roofs for 3 months. And I told him that exact same thing. I said, you know what? If you want to buy more roofs than anybody else, you buy the roof on the ground. And I showed him exactly what I do as far as I'm looking at all the soft metals on the ground. I look for spatter marks on the mailboxes. I look for spatter marks. Spatter may not be damage, but it's evidence of hail. And it's a photo that I can take that provides evidence for hail. And it's something that the file reviewer has to contend with if he's going to deny this claim. If I put in for a full roof replacement and I have all these different evidences for it, they have to contend with it on why they're going to deny it. Because I did my job. Now it's their time to do their job. And if they come back and say it's not, I might double down on it and say, hey, you know what? I disagree, and this is why. Boom, 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 boom. And then I double down on it and make them contend with it again. I've bought plenty of roofs where I've doubled down when they originally came back and said no. But I did my homework first. You see what I'm saying? I hope that makes sense to you guys. So, number one, buy your roof on the ground. Do the elevations and find damage. I look for damage on, there's an old car that sat over there that I was looking for damage on, right? If nothing else, just to give me more evidence. And there wasn't. There's an old car sat there and that thing may have had one hit. Well, that's kind of consistent with what I found on the roof. 2-3 hits per square. That's kind of consistent, right? So, you know, it is what it is. But that's how you buy roofs. You do the work. Just do the work. So anyways, if you guys have any suggestions, or if you looked at that video and think I missed something, feel free to leave it in the comment below. I'd appreciate any kind of feedback that you guys have. With that, hope you have a great night. We'll talk to y'all later.